faceless? Just look at the victim's face! Or witness's face!
He has pretty eyes.
Eyes like... Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Did you do it? I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I saw, no! Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death! Oh, yeah, that's pretty intense. I'm pretty sure he's innocent.
Judge.
Oh yeah. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. That there isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim.
How about the fact that he just freaking freaked out in the middle of court and threw his toupee at me?
No.
That's not evidence. That's
I'm
just...
freaking out too, so that's normal.
What is wrong with these lawyers and judges?
I think he needs a toupee.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright. Your Honor. Your Honor. This guy doesn't stand up. Your Honor. You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence about the fact that it's a freaking clock?
That's true.
The whole case is riding on this. I better think this through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. Oh, I mean, what we can do is simply,
Try sounding the clock. Sounds right.
ask the neighbors. No.
No, you're...
No, I mean,
Ask the audience.
I have exclamation points. I'm actually gonna get charged on this, so I'll try the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here, in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That's certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. Because that's what he said, I think. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is?
It's 11:25. Eh.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
I wonder if Mia is in the background wondering, how dumb is these people?
So they're going
anyways?
friggin'.
She's like, I told you it was an easy case.
She's like, if this was me, I'd freaking be done and having lunch already. Ha! Ha!
That's a funny thing to say.
Very funny.
Ha 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 ha!
You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about? While it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it! I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. You're guilty. Yes, Your Honor. This means that I cannot let you indict the witness. Indict. Indict. Unfortunately. Bang. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all this way down here to testify, and look what happens! They treat me like a criminal! I'm a criminal!
I threw my hair!
I threw my toupee at you! How is that not freaking guilty? How can he just go, oh, he looks like an innocent man to me? You lawyers are all slime. Grr! I almost had him! Slam. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Oh, we're screwed.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Mia! I mean, Chief?
Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
You know what I realized?
What?
None of them have chairs. Have you ever known just standing there the whole time? Especially the court, like an hour-long court. Like,
Well, the judge does.
he has a
So
no
he
chair.
has room for.
He's happy. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can still win. Try thinking outside the box. Yeah, try like thinking that the victim took the clock with her to Paris.
Out of the box. Out of the box.
Don't waste this time. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think it through. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right.
Right.
Can you think of a reason as why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
No.
No. I could think of one. Wait! Maybe I can prove it!
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right?
Right.
Find it and let them have it.
Here you go.
Let him have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ah! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
You just said.
Let's see this evidence that the clock was running slow. My attorney's badge. The passport? You got me a passport, right?
Well, it is possible.
She was in Paris. Paris probably has a different
Yeah.
time zone. Okay, so it's gotta be president.
Well,
obviously.
New York has a time where they're 3 hours.
New York is 3 hours off. But
Yeah.
Paris isn't.
But she was in another country which has different time zones.
Maybe
so
she
it's
went
got-
to. Maybe she stopped in New York, set her clock, and then came back.
Well,
you know,
this is
when
only.
she took the connecting
And knowing
flight.
that you haven't used that as
Well,
evidence
this is
yet.
the only thing. Like none of the other things to prove
Yeah,
it.
so it has to be.
It's gotta be this. So
Check that.
take that. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours.
Okay. There you go.
When it's 4 p.m. near, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong! Slam. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? That witty lawyer.
Did he just kill himself?
Mr. Convulsion.
I love all the people like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Order, I say.
Order. I say order.
You do that. Yeah. Well, this case certainly turned out differently than we all expected.
No, it wasn't.
Mr. Payne, your client?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but the court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Confetti at the courtroom.
Okay.
Stop doing the back of court.
Confetti to court.
And with that, the court is adjourned. And who's gonna clean this shit up?
Mr. Butt.
That's probably him doing that. It turns out that Frank Sawa is a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of their house.
Huh.
That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. Oh, look at her. When he was searching her place, the victim arrived.
Return.
Oh, same thing. Flustered, Mr. Sawwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Wait, I just realized something.
What?
If it said she just returned and he grabbed the first blunt object he could find, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she took the clock with him, wouldn't she have the clock?
Oh, she just returned from Paris?
I don't know. It said she just
I don't
returned
know.
home. Did she return?
Oh,
Well,
maybe
it's
she
possible that
was just
she-
running errands.
Yeah.
Maybe she just went home. Yeah, dropped her stuff and then went to like get groceries or something.
Yeah.